Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video, and yes, of course, continuing on and with, this week, reviewing more Oz material. That's right. So, one of the first ones we'll be reviewing, movie-wise. That's right. It's an animated film, which is, of course, Journey Back to Oz from, I believe, 1972. And yeah, this year marks its anniversary. So yeah, good timing. So, Journey Back to Oz was an interesting uh, animation piece, that is, related to Oz. And actually, this film was made by Filmation. I think I said that the company's name right. Probably, yeah, best known for, say, from He-Man, I think Fat Albert, and, the Justice League animated show from the 70s, and, of course, specifically, the Star Trek animated series. And so they were the ones that did this film. Again, this was in 1972, and actually, this was early. This was just 1 or 2 years before they did the Star Trek animated series, as I recall. But anyways, and you know what? Because it's one of those films that, it does take place after the first time Dorothy, went to Oz, the land of Oz, I should say. And, because this and a couple of other, Wizard of Oz films, they try to act like a sequel, to, say, I guess, the Wizard of Oz film from 1939, but obviously, I don't know, because why would they be? Because these are just pieces of, film pieces of Oz that, that, of course, is a different style, etc., and they take place after, when Dorothy first arrived to the Land of Oz, you name it. The cast of characters, the voices, of course, some pretty good ones, I ought to say. For example, Liza Minnelli, Judy Garland's daughter, is the voice of Dorothy. Yeah, following in her mother's footsteps, she, performing as Dorothy, like her mother before her. You know what I mean. And also, even though that there's not really much of her in this, and literally because she gets to, her lines are at the beginning and before the credits roll, Auntie M being voiced by Margaret Hamilton, who was the Wicked Witch of the West. So that's nice, for once, she voices, she's another character in The Wizard of Oz, which being Auntie M. Again, because Auntie M only has a few lines, and that is, of course, as I said, at the beginning of the film, and that's before the credits roll. And that's it. That's all we get of Auntie M, and with Margaret Hamilton voicing Auntie M, unfortunately. The characters from Oz, Jack Pumpkinhead, although, in the movie itself, he's only referred to as Pumpkinhead. Why not Jack? Why not Jack Pumpkinhead? His full name? I don't know. Even I'm looking at it on the tablet, and, it even says Jack Pumpkinhead, and Jack Pumpkinhead being voiced by Paul Lynde. Uncle Henry was voiced by Paul Ford. The Cowardly Lion was voiced by Milton Berle, which that's really cool. The Tin Man was voiced by Danny Thomas. The Scarecrow, voiced by legendary actor and close friend of Judy Garland's, Mickey Rooney. That's cool. That's cool that Mickey Rooney got to, be one of the characters in something of Wizard of Oz, and that being the Scarecrow. Anyways, oh yeah, I'm jumping back very quickly to Liza Minnelli as Dorothy Gale. When I was listening to the voice when she was talking, it really sounded like Judy Garland, even though it wasn't. But when I checked, when I guess I saw the credits and so on, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Liza Minnelli. Wow, because that is pretty cool. Okay, anyways, some of the other characters, okay, I said Jack Pumpkinhead, but also, oh gosh, who was the horse? What was his name? I forget. Well, I'm gonna check anyways, like who voiced the horse, the horse's full name, let's see, the horse. Okay, here we go. Woodenhead the horse. He was voiced by Herschel Bernard. Bernard. Is the I silent? I don't know, and I apologize for not pronouncing the name right. And the signpost, because we get there's literally a signpost of the directions to go that talks. The signpost being voiced by Jackie Leonard, and the main villain of this Wizard of Oz film, Journey Back to Oz, that is. Another witch, Mombi, the Bad Witch, voiced by Ethel Merman. I think I said her full name right. And also, Mel Blanc had a voice in this. I actually didn't kind of realize, and nor did I recognize his voice. That's unfortunate of me, not to recognize Mel Blanc's voice, He voiced a crow. I guess, Crow was, the henchman of Mombi, so... and also, yeah, I could have sworn, but apparently it's the TV version. I don't know. Bill Cosby was the voice of the Wizard of Oz, but it says, I'm looking at it on IMDb, he voiced the Wizard of Oz in the TV version. So, I don't know. Did we ever, is that the only appearance of is the TV version the only version where the wizard appears? I don't know. Besides, I watched Journey Back to Oz on YouTube, and, yeah, I couldn't tell, honestly. I couldn't tell where the wizard was, but anyways. And so, yeah, Dorothy makes her way back to of course, to the Land of Oz, and to help, stop Mombi, the Bad Witch. But, wait a minute, here's the thing. What witch is Mombi? Is she couldn't be, say, the Wicked Witch of the East or West. She... probably is just a totally different witch. New witch in Oz, I should say. Also, Glinda, the Good Witch, but she would be preferred as the Witch of the North. So, but she's credited as the Good Witch, voiced by Rice Stevens. Rice Stevens, or is the S silent? I don't know. Either one sounds like I'm saying it right. But anyways, and the songs in this, okay, yeah, with Liza Minnelli's singing voice and her singing as Dorothy, yeah, of course, she's fantastic. And two songs that I can remember very well from this movie are, of course, something of a witch, you become a witch if you're gonna be a witch. Be a witch. That's what it's titled. Actually, I thought that was good. And then there was another one that Dorothy sang. It was an emotional song, obviously. I mean, heck, even when you see we see up close shots of the Cowardly Lion, Tin Man, and Scarecrow, they're getting emotional, shedding tears. Yeah, that's right. If you're gonna be a witch, be a witch. And then the song that Dorothy sings about home, that feeling for home. Yes, and some of the other songs that were in this, there was Nerve, and You Have Only You, Return to Oz March, and let's see, yeah, An Elephant Forgets, Brain, and Horse on the Carousel. Yeah, because the horse, he had a song number. And I think one of the first songs called "A Faraway Land," yeah, a song that Dorothy sings. The animation, well, because since this was done by Filmation, it was not bad, especially because, well, for its time and for this being 1972. And also, when Dorothy comes back to Oz, we do see, the whereabouts of, when, I should say Dorothy and Toto. I don't want to leave out, not mentioning Toto. When Dorothy and Toto, they return to Oz, we do see, what the three trio have been doing. Scarecrow, of course, being king of the Emerald City. Tin Man, I guess, being king of Tin Land, and the Cowardly Lion being, of course, the king of the forest. Yep, long live the king. I had to do that. But yeah, and also, there was one part where, in Mombi's, lair, there's this one potion that accidentally, spills on, say, the crow and a cat that, is almost about to get the crow and the mice, but when the cat and crow shrink, the mice chases after them. And another thing is, Mombi is afraid of mice, apparently. And another thing is, because of her magic, turned elephants into green, they're under her command, I guess. And another thing is, Jack Pumpkinhead was created by Mombi. And when Mombi is defeated, Jack Pumpkinhead does at one point die, but, if Glinda stepping in and, and Dorothy, shedding a tear and it hits Jack Pumpkinhead's face, that brings him back to life. So that's nice. Yeah, this film I thought was not that bad. To wrap things up, not to, in closing, I thought that Journey Back to Oz was okay, I'm not saying I hated it or anything. I thought it was entertaining and not bad. And for any hardcore Wizard of Oz fans that would like this, or the hardcore fans of Filmation, watching this, but anyways, and oh boy, how do I rate this? That's a good question. Why not? I'll give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 stars for Journey Back to Oz. And you guys let me know what you think of Journey Back to Oz. And if you've seen it and what you thought of my review, leave comments and give this review a like as always. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching. More reviews coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward. And I'll see you guys in the next video / review. And of course, this week, we're still continuing on reviewing more pieces of material of Oz, and in fact, later tonight, stay tuned for one Oz film where it would be later on in the late 70s, and yeah, let's just say that it features an all-star African-American cast. You might know what I'm talking about. Yes, I'm going to be reviewing that. Stay tuned. Take care, and peace out.